Hello to all of our community group leaders. This is the teaching series extra for Sunday, April 23rd, 2017, and today is Free Bible Sunday. We are distributing free Bibles to all of our adult leadership in preschool children student ministry, but every adult who attends a community group on April 23rd will get a Bible, the New Christian Standard version of the Scripture. Now, this is the translation that I will begin using on Sunday morning. Actually, I've already been using it since February, but I wanted to give a free copy to everyone so everyone would have access to the translation of Scripture that I'm using. And I'm not expecting you to change your translation. If you enjoy the translation you're using, by all means keep it. But as a pastor, I want to recommend to you some of the best tools that I know, and this is a wonderful translation. Also on Wednesday night, April 26th, I'm going to be leading a discussion in the fellowship hall. We're going to talk about why I've made this translation change, some of the context of why this translation came about, and look at some specific examples, so you can join me for that conversation. But today we're also beginning, on April 23rd, we're beginning a new teaching series called The Bible in 10 Words. And let me tell you where all this began. Picked up this book. I love words. I love word origins and word studies. This is The Story of English in 100 Words by David Crystal. And he takes a look at the English language, and instead of just telling the story of it in a linear way, he chooses words from different eras of the language's history and uses it to express the story of English. So he uses words like mega, he uses words like Watergate, escalator, words that appear to be random but actually tell part of the story of the development of our language. So I read this about 2 years ago, and since then it's been percolating in my mind. Could the same thing be done with the Bible? Could you choose a set of words that would tell the whole story of Scripture? And so thus it gave birth to this teaching series called The Bible in 10 Words. And where the light really went on for me is I chose these 10 words all from Genesis 1 through 3. Genesis 1, Genesis 2, Genesis 3. It's almost as though God couldn't wait to tell us the story and how it would unfold. And through these 10 words, we get a good feel for some of the major themes and directions of Scripture. So the word today is the word light. In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." And that was more than just the creation of physical light. It is a manifestation that there is spiritual light, that there is spiritual truth, and we're going to explore some of that today. So for me, one of the most compelling images of light in the Scripture is Exodus 13. The Jews are leaving slavery in Egypt, and it says this, that a pillar of fire guided the Israelites so they could travel by day or night. Essentially, God provided them light, and one of the pictures of light in the Bible is that of guidance. So God himself was being a light to his people, guiding them as they journeyed to their new home. So one of the things you might want to discuss in your community groups this morning is how we receive light, the light of God's guidance in our own life. And I think it would be helpful to ask that question. And when we're looking for God's guidance, how do we discover that? Let your people explore that for a time. But then I would bring it back and I would say we experience the guidance of God, his light of guidance, in three ways: through the Scripture, through prayer, and in community. When we read the Scripture, in fact, what does Psalm 119 say? Your word is a lamp unto my feet. We experience it through prayer as we discuss our life with God, and we experience his voice through the voices of other believers in community, through accountability. We gain a great deal of guidance. So it may be worth exploring that. We're going to look at much more than just the guidance aspect of light, but you're going to have people in your community groups who are making big decisions. And so to give the criteria, here is how we seek the light of God as we take that next step. I'm excited about this teaching series. We're going to have a great time with it. Hope you enjoy the free Bibles, and God bless you as you lead your people. Thanks so much.